If you want to make more money faster in Starsand Island, over 500,000 gold in just one day, then you just need to use my optimized farm layout. Here's the best money farm, easily explained step by step. First of all guys, we need to be at least intermediate farmer, that we have access to the sprinklers, and we also need to be intermediate rancher, that we get access to the bee lessings, which will be also important for our money farm. On top, we also do need a lot of flowers. I use for this the moonflower seeds, because they are really easy to get. And we also do want to have actually some beehives, guys, and at least like 10 to 20 bees. Our farm layout will be a 7x7 field, which we are now going to prepare. The finished field will look like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, and 2, 4, 6, 7 here. And then we have in the middle basically a 5x5 field in the second row. The middle plot we can delete, because here will our bees staying. Completely around the field we will now place moonflowers or any other flowers. Completely around this. In the middle we will put a beehive, and then we have a surrounding of flowers and a 5x5 field in the middle. There we will plant later our crops. You can also use just trellis into these fields, for example, or also paddy fields. Then we're going into the seed shop, guys, and buying the seeds. We need like at least 80 seeds for the plan I do have. And so you need like a little bit of a bank beforehand. You should just get the seeds which are having season for you and which are like the most expensive basically, because they give the most revenue. So in my case, I'm getting here the King Water chestnuts or also the Zap Reeds. We're also using the Workpedia perk to refresh the shop in order to get more valuable seeds. In order to show the possibilities of this build, I bought like 80 Zapweed and chestnut seeds, and I also had some on my own. You can also do it with less, but 40 are like really recommended at least. Once our field is like ready to get really harvest, it will look like this, which I prepared, guys. We have all around basically just the flowers, and we built also multiple of these layouts together, so that this is looking like this, guys. We have here the flowers, in the middle the bees, which are filled. You can use 1 to 2 beehives, this is pretty optimal. And here we're using either the paddy fields or also just the farmland to make here actually a really big field in order also to gain actually a lot of harvest and really quick money every day in. Now the bees are on the outsides, and we just need to plant actually here our seeds in the paddy fields or the farmland or the trellis, whatever you want to use, and then we can grow them. It doesn't matter how many of these 5x5 layouts you make, but the more harvest you also can earn. So you can simply start with one, then make some money, then expand it, and then expand step by step. That's also how I did it. So we are doing actually here as many fields as we can, just to show like how much money you really can make if you are pretty greedy for a lot of monetas. So in my case, we're playing here with 4 fields, and you see here the bees are on the outsides and the hives in the middle. Like this, we can kind of guarantee that each bee will also get the bee buff in on the way back, which we're having on the Workpedia. I showed again, guys. For this, we want the bee lessings, which are giving the crops a huge boost when the bees return. That's like really important, because usually you need like over 8 days for the chestnuts and over 16 days for the Zap Reeds. But with our bee boost setup, we will be able to harvest twice per day our crops. So we're also making sure that some of the seeds are for the second round still on our inventory. And then we're just waiting till 1 PM when the bees will the first time return. If you use the paddy fields, you also don't need to water it, because it's getting watered itself. But if you're using the farmland, guys, make sure to use some sprinklers. Also using the harvest season out of the intermediate farming level is actually pretty good, because this increases a lot the chance to get actually an additional bonus on your crops. Then at 1 PM, actually the bees returning and giving you the insane growth boost, which makes sure that actually all of the crops getting instantly harvested, and we don't need to wait like for the 10 to 20 days. If you use 2 beehives, you can guaranteed harvest all the fields always. And if you do like only 1 and then more fields, you get like around 70% of the field instantly mature. Now using our machete to actually just cut down here the crops, but make sure that actually you don't want to cut on any flowers, because we need them just for the growth boost. So let's see how many of the crops we can get. You will also get additionally actually seeds sometimes, and also immortal seeds. And you can especially use them also just to replant your fields really easily. In my opinion, it's also pretty fast to use the machete for this here. Then we can just pretty quickly harvest our 4 main fields here. You definitely also should actually make sure to rather get really high valuable, aka expensive crops, instead of just a lot of them. Because the bees are pretty hard to get actually. So you want to make sure you get a big revenue on this farming layout. And once we harvested everything, we can take a quick look how many we got. So we got like actually 150 zapweed, which sells each for 600, and 300 chestnuts, which also selling each for 600. So already quite a lot. But we're not done, guys. We can go now for the second round and see how much we can make in one single day with only these 4 fields. For this, we're just replanting again like all the fields as I did before. So, and then we're done actually and having again the 4 fields here. And as you see, we could even make here a lot more, but I'm actually a bit out of bees, so we can only use the 4 fields. But trust me guys, this will give you like a really crazy revenue, even though we're using only so little out of our all farmland. So even I could expand this by a lot to even get on top here a lot more farming revenue in. And then we're waiting again till these crops are also mature. This 5x5 layout with flowers around is like by far the best farming field I figured out so far, guys. So I really enjoyed to just get a lot of revenue with like an easy field. So now at 7 PM, the second round of getting actually an insane growth boost up is getting in. And then we can also harvest this completely down. And I already can't wait to see how much money we can actually make on this single day. As you see, it's also like really effective with the layout. Like you get like 99% of the crops really done. Now we harvested all our 4 fields, guys. And now we are just checking how much do we have. We have actually overall nearly 1,000 fucking crops. And let's see how much money we can make with them. So the zapweeds are selling for 100k on their own, just easy. And they are selling for over 400,000. So we're actually having overall over 500,000 on a single day and a total account of 1.6 million with just this super easy layout, guys. It takes a bit of time to set this up, but once you got it, you see the revenue is just insane. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for the best Starsand Island guides.